Alright, so we finally got some parts in the mail. About time. We ordered this stuff November 30th, and we just received it today, December 22nd. So, the flywheel has two dowel pins onto it that does not work with this 350 clutch, so you just remove them. Second part is the new flywheel is a metric thread, where the old 350 is a standard thread. So we ended up on this clutch, there was a few holes. It was a bit tight for the new bolts that we had to use. I believe it was an M10, something like that, for the new bolt size for the flywheel. But anyway, we just pulled the dowel pins out with pliers, new bolts. We've got it all assembled. It looks good. It's tightly against the flywheel. I will say with this particular clutch, it was out of ways. I was a little concerned at first, but as we tightened it, it just has that much pressure onto it where it's a higher horsepower clutch. So anyway, that part is done. I also took a measurement off the old 350 before I sold it, how far the flywheel stuck out, and I've got roughly the exact same distance here. So I'm pretty sure this is just going to slip right in the hole. I'm just pulling the big 37s off this thing so we can get it down on the ground low enough so the engine lift can actually get it in there. It's one on sightly problem every time you got to put a motor in a lifted truck. You got to get the thing down on the ground because there's very few engine cranes that'll even lift as high as this one. I actually put a special, I've got a different jack in mine with a longer ram just for this particular reason, and a lot of times it still isn't enough. But anyhow, we're very close to dropping this in, and we'll have another shot of videos coming here soon for you. All right, so we finally got this 6-liter in the hole. I will say it was it fought a little bit going in, but we got her. I ended up using the shorty hugger headers, not the normal style truck headers. And again, it's pretty tight in there. There's not a whole lot of room. But this is going to work out pretty good, I think. So I've got the computer wired in. We got most of the harness laid out. I've just got to wire up main power and ignition, and then I've got to hook up my OBD2 port and unlock this computer so she'll fire up. But we've got just about everything done here, and everything seemed to work out pretty good. We used the radiator out of the new style truck, and we're pretty much down to a throttle cable, a few coolant hoses, a little bit of wiring, and this thing's going to be ready to fire up, hopefully. Getting pretty excited. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much her for now. I will get the rest of this together, get it running, and we'll get you guys a video. Okay guys, so the 6 liters in the hole. The next step is, before we go any further, is we got to get this computer unlocked. You can do the 33-minute procedure, key on, key off 3 times and all that foolishness. But I plan on throwing a little time into this truck anyway, so I just completely unlock the computer. What you want to do is go over here to System, VATS Control, and switch that to None. And also here in Column Lock, Not Fitted. And that's her. Do that, load it up, and it should be ready to fire when you start it up. Hey guys, another beautiful day. Hopefully everybody had a good Christmas. I was quite busy, so I haven't been able to get the square body project quite wrapped up here yet. But the last part you're going to need is this fuel filter for a 2002 Corvette. And what this has is a fuel pressure regulator built right into it. The AC Delco part number, I believe, is 102-99146 or GF822 or 192-39926. But what will happen without a fuel pressure regulator is you'll get a start and die situation. It'll fire right up, it'll run for a second, may take the pedal, may not, and it'll soon die. You won't even be able to move the vehicle. So I actually overlooked this, put me through a little bit of frustration shooting around in the wind. It acted just as like that was not unlocked, but as you guys seen, I showed you how to do that with HP tuners. So this is the last piece of the puzzle. The throttle cable again fit right into the factory pedal in this truck. The power steering lines fit in the power steering pump. All the little issues that I thought I was going to have, there was none. So in the process of finishing up the exhaust on this thing, and as you can see, I put the signature Kaiser hood scoop onto it just like my other truck. We got the same size tires on her, the 37 by 13s. And I'm pretty happy with this. All new lights into it. A rough paint job, but at least it's all one color now. And there's going to be quite a few people that's probably going to want this now, but I think I'm going to keep her. And I actually did have it for a bit of a drive yesterday, and drove along pretty friggin' good. So I'm just waiting on a new cold air intake for it. It sits in there just like it's meant to be, guys. So yeah, we've got a new intake coming. I still have to gear up either the clutch fan, or I'm probably just going to put E-fans onto it like my other truck. And I mean, it's pretty well very close to being wrapped up. I just switch my battery back, mount the old battery back into it. I thought I had a battery issue, but it was just the that stupid fuel pressure regulator. Well, that doesn't look promising. So anyway, yeah, that's her. Alright guys, I got the exhaust welded up. I'm still waiting on my Corvette fuel pressure regulator and filter combined. But what I did was I had an old BMW fuel filter that's similar, but not quite the exact pressure. So when it starts up, it ain't gonna run perfect, but it'll just give you an idea. The real part will be here tomorrow. So yeah, I still got to tighten up my downpipes and stuff. It's still a little noisy, but at least she comes out of the shop on her own power now. Looks pretty good. The pair of them sitting side by side. I can't wait to get it up to the other house and hear everybody ask me a million questions about what I did to it. I got to throw another coat of paint in that front bumper. That got a little bit ugly, but yeah, not too bad of a job really. If you want the 6-liter LQ4, it's really not that hard to put in there, guys. I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with the way that truck moves itself around now.